Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson from this is TGO Wyoming, and I've gone over to the dark side. That's right, I got a new gun, and I bought a Glock. It's my Gen 4 19. It's a pretty nifty little gun. I'm going to run some rounds through it before we do a full review of the gun. I have changed the night sights, or changed the sights over to tritium night sights from Trigicon with a Novak rear. Awesome little gun. Very controllable, very easy to shoot. I like it. I only have about 340, 350 rounds through it so far. And there's another 15. Alright, so instead of going home yesterday after our crummy day of snow and shooting and finishing a review, I worked on my holster all night. And played Call of Duty Black Ops. Go figure. So today we have a beautiful day, and it's not windy or anything. It's warm enough to wear a t-shirt, so Robert and I are out shooting. So we're going to run some more rounds through the Glock. We're going to pan the camera over here to a 6-plate rack, do some shooting, and then I'll do a full actual review of the gun. So here we go. Not the best shooting ever, but hey. Let's reload, reholster, reset, and run that rack again. I'm still getting used to the new gun. The Glock is a lot different from anything I've had before and shot before. Has a 105-degree grip angle on it, so I'm still kind of getting used to thinking Glock, pointing Glock. But it's getting there. Alright, let's give it another go. There we go. That's better. We'll reload, reset, and give it one more shot, because there is nothing more fun than running plates. We'll leave the camera on me this time, and you can watch the recoil of the gun. It's a very, very controllable pistol due to a couple of factors that we'll go over when we do the tabletop here. That's all 6. Alright. Defensive purposes, what we're going to do now is we're going to shoot the 3 plates that we have here, and we're going to do boarding house rules, which boarding house rules essentially is everybody gets served before anybody gets seconds. So we're just going to kind of go. I'm going to have Robert give me a signal to start shooting, and I'm going to go from a relaxed position. I've got my hands out, and basically a draw and shoot. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, whenever you're ready, Robert. Shooter ready? Ready. Not as good as it could have been, but I forgot my second shot on that target. We'll top off here and give it another go. First round was 4.43. Okay, that's not too bad. Shooter ready? Ready. A little better. 3.92. Let's check up here. I've got 9 rounds left in this mag. We'll do it again. We'll go from the surrender position. Shooter ready. Well, 3 rounds left. We'll just go 1 on each target. It's a good little gun. I'm pretty darn impressed with it. We'll get to some tabletop reviewing of it and keep on shooting a little more. Now, first thing we're going to do is, of course, safety check. Wipe some of the grit and grime of daily carry off the gun. Lock it open. Physical and visual inspecting. Nothing in there. No mags. No ammo in sight. So we went out and shot it last week, and you've watched that part, but let's go over some of the actual in-depth features of this gun and what makes the Gen 4 different from the Gen 3. You gotta forgive the different backdrop and different lighting here and my shadow moving in and out of the way. Done some reorganizing here in the basement, and our typical TGO Wyoming set is currently disassembled and been replaced by a big old workbench, which I'll show you guys later. But I start out with some of the major differences between the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. The Gen 4 has the new 4th generation RTF, or rough texture frame. I'll see if I can get it close up here for you guys. It's a new frame checkering, and it works exceedingly well. You still have your finger grooves, but gone are the front cuts of the frame. Still heavily beveled magwell, very easy to insert mags. Next big change, as you'll notice here, is the extended slider or magazine release. Now this is awesome because Gen 3 Glocks, I used to have to shift my grip to get the mag release. Now I can just come down with my thumb, drop the mag, and I'm good to go. Next change in the Generation 4 is a little less apparent. Check clear, lower again. The Gen 4s feature a dual captured recoil spring. Now originally the 19s were shipping out with a spring that was stamped on the end. I don't know if we can see it here without the glare, but here on the end of the spring it was stamped 03. Those were the springs designed for the 40 S&W version. Now they're all shipping with the 04 springs, which help improve reliability. Typical insides of the Glock, the slide's been changed a little bit here to accommodate the new recoil spring assembly, as has the frame changed just a little bit on the insides to accommodate the new assembly. Now in mine, I've added a Ghost 3.5 pound connector. Awesome little connector. I've also done a full polish and trigger job on this thing. Originally when I got it, the trigger was breaking right around 7 3/4 pounds. Now on a trigger pull gauge, it's breaking right at 5 1/4 pounds. So perfectly acceptable for a defense gun. Of course, the gun is still a Glock. It's blocky, it's ugly, but damn it, it works. You still have the Glock safe action trigger system, which has your inner trigger safety, keeps the trigger from moving backwards, the firing pin or the striker plunger safety, and of course the drop shelf built into the actual trigger housing mechanism. I've also replaced the sights on mine with Trigicon Novak tritium night sights. See if I can get a sight picture up there. Whoop. And there's the sight picture. Great sight picture. Love it. The standard, Glock sights work really well, but I wanted something a little nicer, and with tritium. Now, what else can I say about it? Well, it's a steel slide that is Tenifer coated. The barrel is, surface hardened and Tenifer coated. There's not a lot to say about the Gen 4 that hasn't already been said about the Gen 3 in Elliot Brass's review of his Bowie Tactical Custom Glock. The 19 is just overall one of the perfect guns. It has full-size capacity at 15 rounds, but it is a small, lightweight, concealable gun with a fairly decent trigger. Well, that actually leads me to one more thing. Something that's changed and could be a attributing factor in the extra weight is that here on the trigger bar there is a little bump, and that little bump keeps it centered on the plunger safety. So that could be adding a little extra weight to the trigger pull. My solution? Polish it. So, basic disassembly of the Glock. Most people are familiar with it. For anybody who's not, what you do is you check your gun, make sure it's completely clear, pull the trigger, assume an armorer's grip, which is basically thumb hooked around the back, fingers over the top, pull it back about 1/8 of an inch, pull down on both sides of your takedown lever, hold it down, slide the gun forward. Easiest, fastest way to disassemble a Glock. They use non-supported barrels, or non-fully supported barrels, partially supported barrels. There's arguments on both sides of the fence as to which one's better. Take your pick. But we've run this video long enough, so there it is. That's the Generation 4 Glock 19. It's a totally awesome little gun. I'm going to shoot the hell out of it. You'll see it in a whole lot more videos.